Welcome to Slayer Locked. Hi, I'm guilty. I promise I don't normally sound like this. I've lost my voice, but I couldn't resist the urge to make this video and get it out to you guys for Christmas. So, one huge thing the last time we were working on our Slayer Locked account was that we got this item that I called a piece of crap, this cosmetic voodoo mask. And you guys were like, actually, it has a +5 prayer bonus and it's really good, especially for the early game. So, after using the wiki and using my big brain, I still couldn't figure out how to craft it, if I'm being honest with you. And then I realized I needed snake skin and not snake hide. So, yeah, we went down to our favorite place here in Alcrid to get this thing tanned. This is pretty much the only place I even know how to do any tanning in this game. And sufficient to say, I'm getting a little ahead of ourselves here. I still couldn't figure out why I couldn't make this stupid shield. But we'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. I also do want to mention you guys, Merry Christmas. I'm so glad you guys chose to join us on this video, and I want to do a little giveaway to celebrate. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But first, I just want to show you still me suffering. Couldn't figure out how to craft this shield, and we're gonna need it for later on in this quest that we'll be doing. And then it hit me. I didn't have the high enough crafting level, except I did, but I didn't because that last quest drained all of our stats and it still hasn't restored, nearly a month later. So we went and suicided at the same place that we earned our dragon scimitar in the last episode. And sufficient to say, it actually felt so good to actually die in this game. So often I get so annoyed, like when we lost our hardcore status. But it kind of feels good to be back here, back in Lumbridge, finally crafting this amazing item that I thought was just a piece of crap. I'm not even kidding you. I don't think I've ever even maybe seen one of these in all my journeys in RuneScape. So it's pretty cool that I finally have one. And look at these stats here. So I do think for this quest that we're about to dive into, I can't really use melee, but this was the best prayer bonus that we could get. And so yeah, by the way, you guys said with like overwhelming votes that we need to prioritize the dragon scimitar and actually be able to equip it. And so therefore, here we are doing Monkey Madness. And so with Monkey Madness, we'll be able to equip a dragon scimitar. But anyway, now we gotta go talk to this elf king, and he's gonna tell us that Gloop or Glop, whatever that guy is, that was kind of a betray and wanted to start a war with the human race. Well, guess what? It looks like another war might be brewing, and that the 10th squad of his elite elves have gone missing, and that we need to go and find them. They are very important to the king, and apparently we're the only one that can save them. So after using our new handy dandy glider system, we're going to go down to Gloop or Glop. I still have no idea how to say his name, I'm so sorry. We're going to go down to his little shipyard over here, and you're going to kind of see that they're all still pretty loyal to this guy, that they actually don't even trust us, even though we say we're from the king. They kind of just tell us to piss off, and we have to show them this royal seal just to prove that we are who we are. But they're still kind of grumpy and a little upset. But anyway, they let us in. We get down here. We find that sure enough that these missing squad is probably down in the monkey land of all places. And it's just kind of interesting that everyone's like not a big fan of us, including this dude, Dario. So he's the new Glop. And it seems like he's not as nuts as the other guy, so that's kind of good. But it is interesting. Jagex makes us, and I'm not kidding you, I sped this up something crazy, spamming that space bar, because we literally have to go through every single bit of dialogue before we can progress in the quest. This is one of those things that without RuneLite, or without Rune HQ back in the day, I wouldn't have figured this out. I would have just quit at this point. So I don't know if you guys are like me in that, but it's just so annoying because I always end up missing one of the things. So I spam through this way too much. Anyway, after finally getting the option given to us, now our little elf friend here, Dario, says the only way he's going to show us the place is if he blindfolds us. So he's blindfolding a human, and we just put it on willingly, and I don't know, man. I don't think I'd be doing that. And now we're down here in what looks like the Varrock sewers, which is where their secret planes are that Glop owned. And again, I'm probably butchering some of the stories, so you guys can correct me in the comments on that if you want. But look at this thing too. I like these things in real life. I'm okay at these things in real life. I cannot imagine doing this without RuneLite. I know you guys might think I'm advertising for them, which I've had people comment before, which is kind of funny. I promise you I'm not getting paid by them. I wish I was. But anyway, now with our planes activated, we can go to war, right? Nah, not really. Anyway, I just want to say real quick, yeah, hey, if you guys subscribe and leave a comment about something you love about Christmas, I'll put you in a drawing to win a bond. I want to do that as a giveaway. It's just something that I love about Christmas. I hope you guys are having a good Christmas. I know most of you probably aren't even watching this. But anyway, seriously, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll give one of you a bomb. So, a blonde. So anyway, now we are back to doing a skill that I have neglected since the beginning of this account. That's Herbalore. We have a lot of supplies that we got on our Slayer journeys that, again, for us to like train this account, we are only allowed to use things that we can pick up for free, or that we've got from Slayer drops, or that we can use coins from a shop to buy that we got from Slayer. There's a lot of other rules that we've talked about in other videos, but for the most part, we're just going to focus on Monkey Madness today. But I just did want to clarify that this is not like me like training Herbalore and other means. It's really just the resources that we've somehow gathered across our Slayer journey. Even if I grew some herbs, unless I got the seeds from Slayer, I wouldn't really allow myself to do it. If I did it by accident, then apologies. I probably have. Anyway, so now we're going to grab these chocolate bars for free off of this spawn, and with that, we can get ourselves some energy potions. If you guys don't know this, energy potions are just like kind of vital in RuneScape. You really need them to get around. It's one of those things I'm fine walking. I don't really care about having these, but apparently to get through the rest of this quest in particular, look at this. I had this sped up to 800, you guys. Literally 800. This is the worst thing about in all Monkey Madness, in my opinion. You gotta run through this massive bloody cave with your prayer and while getting smacked by all these other monkeys. So if you don't have decent prayer and you don't have decent run, you're not gonna make it here. But anyway, this is actually your second time doing this in the quest too. Just so you can get this little monkey totem stick thing. And by making this and getting it enchanted with some monkey bones, we now can turn into a monkey. And I'm not even kidding you. This was probably my favorite thing about the whole quest. My favorite, like, I would have done this quest just to earn this thing. It's kind of disappointing because you can't just go and turn into a monkey willy-nilly. I wanted to be like a monkey at the GE, but apparently that's not allowed. Anyway, now go figure, this is some of Glob's friends here, and we somehow get like this knowledge that they are plotting another war. And in particular, they're just like, hey, let's go start a war. And I think it's kind of sick that we're just constantly solving like big issues as like this human just running around like meddling in things. It's kind of cool. I don't know. As a guy that has played a lot of other MMOs, there's not too many that let you turn into a monkey or let you prevent a war with monkeys and elves and humans. Like, I could be wrong on that. I'm someone that loves World of Warcraft, for example, but I don't think I've ever done anything quite this crazy in that. And this quest has been out for a very long time. So, just to like put icing on the cake, we now turn into a monkey. So then we can get thrown into the zoo. So then we can kidnap a monkey. So then we can go and offer him as a captive to the king of the monkeys on Apatow. Are we bad guys? Is that slavery? I'm not really sure. Again, I probably am missing some of the notes on the wiki, but it just seems kind of crazy to me that we get ourselves thrown into a zoo to kidnap a monkey, to go and sell him into slavery, just so that we can convince these monkeys to essentially make an alliance with the elves. Like, what is this game? I swear to God, Jagex was like high or drunk when they were writing half of this, but it is just so much fun. So now we go down here. They let us pass their gates. Nobody hurts us. Like, this monkey totem stick is kind of broken. Considering how much damage you take here as a human, you just get to walk around scot-free. And now we go up to their Monkey King down here, and we're like, yo, man, I brought you your slave. You could trust us. And he's like, okay, like, yeah, I got you, no problem. And now we're allowed to roam around freely while he debates on what he's going to do. And it's just kind of interesting because now the monkeys and the elves have decided to team up to wipe out the 10th squad. That squad that this whole quest started because we're trying to save them. Like, I don't get this logic. I can't follow it. But anyway, we're finally going to get to go to war. Not with the monkeys, not with the elves, but with a demon. Because, you know, again, that just makes sense. So we're going to go fight this big, epic demon that's one of Glob's pets. And all we have to do is talk to this guy here, and he's going to teleport us in. But we're officially going to join the 10th squad, which is kind of sick in my opinion. This fight is supposed to be challenging. I guess maybe it was back in the day. I came in here like really worried. I literally made sure not to waste any of my prayer potion, because this is the only prayer potion I have that I got from Slayer. And I went in here, I guess, kitted as best as I could. For whatever reason, screen's going absolutely crazy, just shaking around. I guess it's trying to do dramatic effect, but it did kind of worry me a little bit. And now we're down here at the 10th squad battling this demon. Sufficient to say, I'm not going to bother showing or wasting your guys' time with this whole clip. This demon has already died once, but the stupid elves killed it. So it actually came back with like 30 health. So I just sat here and splashed this thing down. Like, I have okay gear on. I have an Elder Chaos robe bottom on. I feel like that makes me decent. I have 60 magic. I feel like that makes me decent. It took me forever to kill this stupid thing, man. But now with that, that marks the end of Monkey Madness. So if you guys are still watching this video, thank you so much, and comment what is your favorite thing about the Christmas season to be entered in. As long as you're subscribed, you'll be entered in to get that free bond. And I just want to say thank you so much for supporting, for being a part of this channel, and of course just for putting up with this video and my voice sounding like an actually dying frog. Like, I hate my voice. I wouldn't be talking if it wasn't for the fact that I wanted to get this video out to Christmas for you guys. And by the way, isn't this nuts that the stupid elf teleports you here into the jungle? And I just got myself poisoned again. Like, I thought he would teleport me back to the king. Doesn't matter. Anyway, magic of editing. I'm now back at the king. He's so thankful for us again. He gives us some diamonds and 10k, I think, GP, which, great, but doesn't really matter a whole lot. And now we can say, quest completed. It's been a long one. This is a long quest for a reason, but I am so glad to have it done. And now, using our fairy ring, let's go on back and get our next Slayer assignment. I think we're going to put it in the next video for the sake of this one already getting too long. But I gotta say, it feels so good to be back on the Slayer grind. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Here's some of our gear that we've gotten on our travels so far. And yeah, I promise you our next video, we'll be using this Dragon Sim to go and slay some guys. And talking about what's coming next for us, I would say that's going to be, well, first... apparently we already had a Blood Veil task. I don't even remember taking this. That is hilarious. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. I promise you our next goal is getting that Slayer mask and that cannon. But please do subscribe and comment, and I'm going to put you guys in to win that bond. Have a Merry Christmas, you guys. God bless. Bye-bye.